Hello everyone, for those of you that don't already know me, I am Zamics, and today I'm going to be, hopefully quickly, discussing, kind of the, I think, the things about Battlefront 3 that I think DICE did really well, and the things in Battlefront 3 that I think need some working on, and then maybe some ideas that they could maybe implement, at least if not by the time the game comes out, then maybe in DLC in the future. So, I'm going to start out with some of the problems that I found while playing Battlefront 3. First of them, and was just kind of like immediately noticeable to me, was that they often kind of seemingly randomly start the Star Wars theme song music, I think it was. Huh? What's with the sounds? Which got kind of annoying. And it was probably like for some objective catcher or something, but what was going on screen wasn't obvious, or it didn't make whatever was happening that was so great obvious enough that it meant that it needed the music to go with it. So either they need to make the music less random, or they need to make whatever is causing the music appear more on the screen and make you go, oh, so that's why that music is playing. Another huge issue with Battlefront 3 right now is the spawns. When I was playing the Walker game type, there were times, there's a certain spot on the left objective where if you're on the Empire side, you can just kind of camp up behind the enemy spawn and take them out, and they don't stand a chance, especially if you're in the AT-ST Walker. So they really need to rework the spawns so it isn't always in the same predictable places, and so you can't spawn kill so easily. Because right now it is horrible. It is some of the worst I've seen in any game. Another issue is that seemingly 4 out of 5 times the rebels lose. It became a little predictable. It became not as bad during the second and third and so on day of beta, but during the first day, there were the rebels never won. I didn't see a single win for the rebels. And then during the following days after, it seemed people got the hang of things. People learned how to really play the rebels. They started to win a little bit more often. But it's clearly in the favor of the Empire side right now, because the rebels have to do a lot. They have to defend their objectives, which is already hard within itself, for a hard thing to do. And then once they manage to defend the objectives, then they need to bring down the health of the AT Walker, which, unless you have a really good air superiority at the time, can be extremely difficult to do. So I think they need to somehow find a way, be either a faster time for the Y-Wings to come in, or something along those lines, for the rebels to win, just so it isn't so not in their favor. And then another quick thing you might have noticed in my last video, that there was a small typo at the start of the smaller game type they had open. I forget the name of it right now, but it was I'll probably just interject that right here. So yeah, that needs to be fixed, obviously, by the time the game comes out. And then, lastly, another issue I felt was that the AT-ST has a terrible viewpoint in terms of shooting. It's really hard to shoot someone because where the gun is shooting is not where the camera's pointed. And that applies to both the AT and the AT-ST, though more noticeably I think with the AT-ST, where you need to be a little more precise, and especially at longer distances. So that needs to be fixed. Okay, now that I've said all these issues, I do want to say that they're doing some things right. For one thing, I'm seeing some serious replayability in this game. We only had 2 maps, 2 game modes, and 4 guns to work with, and I was playing the game non-stop. It was so much fun. I could have easily kept playing it for like at least a month with just those game modes. It was maybe not a month, but at least a week, definitely. probably 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks. So I think they're doing a great job. And then I saw a ton of new game modes available, a ton of missions. I think the game's got a lot going for it, and it's so fun. And then that kind of connects to my other pro for them, is that they're really keeping the Battlefront playstyle, the stuff I really loved about Battlefront 2, and that was kind of the gameplay style of learning to lead your targets and things like that. And it feels very Star Warsy, albeit that I wish that they brought in the episodes 1 through 3, the Clone Wars. I hope that they bring that in DLC, because I love that part. Not a lot of people agree, a lot of people don't like those movies, but I at least love I was a real fan of at least the battles and the clones and all that stuff, and I hope they bring that in the future. So, but beyond that, I think it's looking great. Graphics are phenomenal. Gameplay is very fluid. It's working great. Some argue it's even a little too easy, too casual. So I think they're playing the safe game, and personally, I'm enjoying it. So I think they're doing that really well. Another thing I like is that they they're adopting the style of, rather than leveling up to it, gain things. I mean, you still have to do that to some degree, but you also need to buy the weapons with credits, and I've always loved that style. I loved it when Black Ops 1 did it way back in the day, and Halo Reach, and games like that where you can choose to buy something ahead of time, where you really get to customize things. I feel like a little bit more. I like systems like that where you buy with in-game credits, that stuff, so long as EA doesn't screw it up and create pay to win and like give you mini transactions. So long as they don't do that, I love it. Some quick ideas I have for them to improve the game beyond maybe I really hopefully adding the new game mode of the old clone troopers versus the droids, because I love that part. It maybe would be really cool if they were able to go even further back and go Separatists versus the Republic, even farther back in the day when the clone troopers weren't even involved. Maybe Jedis versus Separatists, something along those lines. Would be pretty cool, because the Star Wars, at least in the movie and show scene, doesn't delve too much into that. And then other ideas would be these ones I got when I was streaming the other day. One of them being hopefully maybe add a different jetpack, because the jetpacks currently they're like jump packs, and it's really hard to control them, albeit you can get used to it. But I kind of wish that there were more hovering ones, you know, like you see Jango Fett kind of having, where you can like hover around and shoot people down below. Albeit it might make you an easy target, but it would still be fun, and I think it would be nice to have the option, because that is such a part of the Star Wars universe to me. Another idea is different colored bullets, because it either customizable, like maybe you can, rather than, because I do like how they aren't making you can't like customize the guns. I think that wasn't really part of the Star Wars universe. That's something more realistic to this universe, I guess, rather than the Star Wars. You didn't see people swapping out the scopes and adding lasers to the guns. No, that wasn't part of Star Wars. So I'm glad that they didn't include that. Though different colored lasers for the guns, laser bullets, whatever they are called. I can't believe it's not coming to me right now. That would be sweet. Either preset for different teams or customizable, because that was kind of the one thing that did change. And then last but not least, the vehicles were kind of, I can't decide if I like the vehicle system right now, because the pros to it are that it kind of reminds me of Halo, the old games, where you like, once you learn where the spawns are, you can like take advantage of that, get to the spawns of the vehicle icon things, and then quickly spawn into the vehicles you want. It avoids the other team coming in and destroying your vehicles before anyone can get in them, and it kind of resolves a lot of issues that way that Battlefront 3 and 4 had, or any Battlefront for that matter. Whereas what I do kind of miss is one thing. I kind of wish all games took the same style that the Halo series does, of getting in your vehicles, finding the vehicles, and the animations of getting in and out. I think that would have been really cool for Star Wars, because you see a lot of that in the Star Wars movies. People had hijacking vehicles, and getting in and out of them, jumping into ATSTs and taking people out inside them. That was all, I think, a part of Star Wars that I would like to see in the game. So maybe they can add that. I doubt it at this point, but I would love for that to happen. So that's kind of all I have to say for this quick video that turned out not to be quick. I'm now at 10 minutes and 50 seconds in. Sorry. I wanted to be this. I tried going fast. I wanted this to be like at least, or at most, 5 minutes, but such is life. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video if you liked it. It does me a favor and gets this video a little more popular so more people can see it. Be sure to subscribe if you like my content, if you haven't already. So that would be a huge favorite if you really like it. And as usual, comment below, keep things interesting, join the discussion. Let's not make this a one-sided conversation. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. See you on the next one.